TikTok. Welcome. Oh, YouTube, I think we talked about giving you your own light. There we go. Where were you on the night of September 8th? Hi, it's time to live write. YouTube, is that better for you? Thanks for joining me, guys. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. It's time to work on our project, the Envelope 4-part series. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go along with this light. YouTube's, I'm sorry. YouTube's, maybe if I bring you over here, is that better? Nope, that's not better. Can you hear the cat crying? I've got to turn it off. Hi, YouTube. You're going to get your own tripod anytime now. I swear. I promise. Time to write. Do you have your writing cap on? Hi, Jim. Hi, Truck. Nico Peck. Oh, okay. Done. That's off. Ay, maybe not. Okay. Hi. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. And now that's not going to work either, is it, YouTubes? Is anybody using the beanbag phone holder? I think I'm in the market. Oh, before we start writing, how is your Labor Day weekend? Is that better? No, that's not going to work. What's happening over here? Outlaw Woman, Gary, Shelly, Zaki, Damik. Come on in, come on in. What's going on is I've done it again. Oh, there we go. YouTube, you're set. You're ready. TikTok, hello. Shelly, Kenya, Twin Bridges, Crystal, Rusty Bradshaw, Zaki E18, hello. Calling out, wait. It's the cat. Hello, Nawful. How are you? Welcome. Come on in. All right. We are going to get started writing on the envelope. It is part 2 of the episode is part 2. We already have, hi everybody on YouTube. Thanks for coming in. The envelope is the continuation where the golden thread through Lila Monroe, which is fully written, ready to go. And now we're going to do hands up. Hands up. We worked on this last week. It's micro budget. Please set that in your heart. Micro budget. So what that means is whatever your budget idea is, go ahead and drop that down, drop it a little lower and lower than that. Hi, Fareed, Nayeli, welcome, come on in. I have Studio Binder open. Would you like to, hi, Winona, hi. Would you like, hello, Satoshi, to do a reread before we start writing again? We can do that if that helps out. I hope you have a tasty cup of water. And also, I hope that you have your thinking cap on, your writing quill in your hand. And I will do the reread. It's right here. YouTube's, I hope you can see and hear. We'll get started. I had the binaurals on. Binaurals. Hi, Waleed. Come on in. And Zaki and Elizabeth are, I see you here. Larry, 503 and Tony. Thank you for joining in. I am glad you're here. We're going to do some writing. And I thought, let's start at the very beginning. We are going to start at the top. I'm using Studio Binder. Who do you use to write with? I like Studio Binder. I've used Celtex. I've used Final Draft. Here we go. Hello, Larry Hamaker. Hello there. That's a cute name. Hi, everybody. Okay, let's go ahead and bring it up. I will reread. We have 2 pages done. We're trying to get to 12. If we come out at 11, it's okay. If we come in at 13, that's okay too. So here we are. And I really want to say a special thank you for joining me today. I kind of had some doubts about doing it because I thought, well, it's holiday weekend. Look at how the fan, I don't know, on YouTube it shows, on TikTok it doesn't. The fan looks like it's coming right out of my head. Hello. Thank you for being here. What I was saying was I had some doubts about coming on to write because it's a holiday weekend. I thought, well, isn't everybody out on the boat? Aren't you fishing, hiking, camping? Oh my gosh. I hope you're camping and that it's beautiful and wonderful and you just happen to have me fireside with you telling a ghost story. Oh, after we write. Because I'm in the desert in Arizona. It's so hot today. It's hot and humid, and I would love to be either out on the water, ocean, or I would like to be in the mountains, in the forest, camping. Where, if you weren't here with me, where would you be camping at? Where would you be fishing at? We're gonna get started on the envelope. I keep keep chatting with you guys, but let me get this opened and started. And hey, Dustin Parker, I'm gonna be in Nashville in 2 weeks. Got a little tour doing over there, and my fingers are crossed, Dustin, that it is cool weather. No more triple digits for me. Here in Arizona, it will be triple digits through the end of September, and then we'll start to get cooler weather mid-October, more like late October. On that note, here we go. I gotta log in real quick. I'll be right with you. Talk amongst yourselves. Hi, Fisher. Hi, the baddies. Welcome, Liz. Okay, talk amongst yourself. I'm gonna log in. Oh, and on YouTube, there's not really a pick a category, but over here on TikTok, you guys, you see the category. I put art. Writing is an art. I love watching the people who do the live calligraphy. That'll just zone you out in no time. Though, I don't know if the live screenwriting fits best in daily life, fandom, art. There's not really a writing segment, so art it is. And now, let's go ahead and we're going to get logged in. I've said it 3 times. That must be for good luck. One moment. Hi. Reviving Roar. Oh, Revving Roar RC and Connor and Banjo Man and Ryan. Welcome into the room. Hi, how are ya? We're doing it. We're going, YouTube. Okay, and I did have some notes from last week. Now, we're logged in. How are you? I did bring the book so we can play flip and dip at the end. I've got some notes from last week. I wanted us to aha, got it. I need a sip of water. Good. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and start with, so I'm gonna take all of these notes, drop it into, I was saying I use Studio Binder, I like Studio Binder over Celtex, over Final Draft, because there's two things to know about Studio Binder. It has all of these functionalities in there to take it from script writing to production, and you can invite collaborators. So if you haven't used that, you might like it. Celtex, CELTX, does it a tiny bit. I had a paid copy of Final Draft. I want to check the price. It used to be pretty pricey, and it was on my laptop that died. You guys, hi KK. I had a laptop that just like fire sucked. And the Final Draft was on there, and just trying to deal with them. Oh look, oh my gosh, the price has gone down. It's having a sale. It's $199.99, so $200 for Final Draft. It says plan, create, collaborate, write your screenplay. It says it's the most creator-centered, best-selling screenwriting software in the world. That's possible. I just wanted to share that if you have an idea for a screenplay, and you know it's we call it Spectember. Hi Joshua. Hi Wayne. I'm telling a long story, aren't I? My point is, it's Spectember. If you're in anybody's writing group, Spectember is the time where you just vomit out and get a script done, and then we share it just to collaborate. And if my point was, Celtex, Studio Binder offer free 1 week, 1 month trials. So if you have an idea, and it has the formatting built in, that was the point. Final Draft does too. Oh, and if there's two of you writing an idea, writer's duet. Boop. Okay, here we go, team. Let us start. This is The Envelope, episode 2. It's called Hands Up. I'm going to start you at the beginning. Let's start at the very beginning. KK, I'm doing amazing. I am choosing not to complain about how hot it is. Here we go. Thank you. Now, here we go. Interior apartment, hallway, door B. Oh, side note, boop. Whenever I write all the direction in. I hope it helps. Interior apartment, hallway, door B. Mailman Bob's finger presses the close-up. It's in parentheses, direction. The close-up of the door buzzer multiple times, and no one answers. Ugh. Mailman Bob scratches his head and shifts his weight of his mailbag again. We see the close-up of the finger pressing the buzzer multiple times. Mailman Bob says, "Well, it's your lucky day because I gotta go, and I'm not waiting for a signature." The envelope, which is a main character, slips under the door of apartment B. Inside apartment B in the day, it's a tidy studio space. It's very organized, and every jot and tittle is in its place. The paints are row by row in alphabetical order, and the brushes are lined up from tall to small. Preston Peterson, a 20-something artist and art student, doesn't hear the doorbell ringing or sense the vibrations from the doorbell as he is bouncing on his rebounder with eyes closed, slack body, and humming to himself. Mailman Bob, nope, no one here. No signature today, bowling here I come. Mailman Bob slips the envelope under the door of apartment B, and before sprinting out the apartment building hallway door into the bright sunny day. Preston Peterson, humming to himself, rebounding and zoned out, does not notice the envelope fly under the door and onto his carpet. His humming continues, loud knocking on the door and buzzing of the doorbell again. It's the apartment hallway, door B. Fists are pounding on the door and the foot is tapping, and the large, partly polished thumbnail presses the doorbell repeatedly. Gil Davis, 30-something pro gamer who streams daily in battles and competitions for his gaming sponsor, 24-Hour Fitness, is banging on the door to no end. Now, what would keep him so busy he doesn't answer the door, says Gil. Preston exhales sharply, opens his eyes, and sees the flashing light of his doorbell. Bing! That right there should give you a clue into who Preston is and a little bit about his character. Back into the scene. Preston exhales sharply, opens his eyes, and sees the flashing light of his doorbell, and steps onto the carpet and feels a vibration from the hearing-impaired accessibility doorbell. Does that give you a little peek into who Preston is? Preston with annoyance. Ugh, wonder who that could be. Because you know what? He knows exactly who it is. Exterior, in the hallway, we see Gil reaches for the secret hidden key on top of the door jamb. And he's overstretching. And just as he reaches the key, the door flies open. And Gil spills in. Interior, apartment B. Standing back and holding his apartment door wide open, Preston looks down as Gil somersaults forward onto the rug, snatching the envelope into his hand, ending up in a ta-da! Arms open position on one knee, holding the envelope up towards Preston. And Gil Davis says, "I've been knocking." Preston Peterson says, "So I guess." And Gil says, "You've got mail." And Preston, "I don't get mail. It must be yours." Preston moves to the kitchen sink and pours himself a glass of water, with Gil following him closely. "For real, this has your name on it." "Oh, it's heavy too." Gil curtsies low with a fanfaring hand rolling forward. He extends the envelope to Preston. Giving a sideways glance to Gil, Preston receives the envelope in his hand, and he holds it up to the kitchen window light, and the envelope vibrates with electricity. This surprises them both. And Gil Davis says, "Well, whatever it is, must like you." Preston sets the envelope on the counter and, gazing out the kitchen window, is lost in his thoughts. Gil says, "Come on, you gotta open it. What if it's cash money? Or what if it's that long-lost check from Publishers Clearinghouse that your aunt swears she won and has been ragging on for decades? Yeah, what if? So come on, open it already." Rolling his eyes, Preston picks up. What do you think it is? Is it alive? Is it supernatural? What do you think is going on with the envelope? The envelope, if you're your first time coming into our live writing session, please know the envelope is a character too. Gil Davis, "Just open it already." Preston pulls on the seal of the envelope, and a shimmering burst of air escapes, and inside the ancient parchment hole appears to be breathing as it waits to be released. So, here we go. We're picking up. This is some of the notes that we had dropped in. Stand by while I scroll back up to the top. Gil Davis has just said, and part of the reason why he is a streamer is because the distribution is direct to social. So that's why the tie-in for live streaming, like we are now. Okay. The apartment is now dimly lit with the warm glow of the evening sun casting long shadows across the room. And Preston sits at his art desk, and the envelope is still resting ominously on the counter. His fingers tap the table rhythmically, his eyes flickering between a sketchbook and the envelope, clearly unsettled by its presence. The apartment feels different now, as if the air itself is charged with anticipation. Remember, we opened it, but we didn't, and we looked inside, camera point of view, look inside. We see the parchment scroll is in there, but we haven't actually taken it out yet. Hi, come on in, Mario and Joanna, Hazel, and Boy Joe, Julie, come on in. Hi, everybody. How are you doing, YouTube? Shall we keep reading? Let's go. We're going to cut to the apartment bathroom night. Gil Davis is standing in front of the bathroom mirror and splashes water on his face. He stares at his face, the reflection. It's a mix of curiosity and apprehension. Hi, Joshua. How are you? Welcome into the live. Gil, speaking to himself. What kind of envelope does that? This is getting too weird, even for me. He glances towards the bathroom door as if expecting something or someone to be there. And after a deep breath, he exits the bathroom, heading back to the main area. Preston is now fully focused on the envelope, and he hesitates, his hand hovering just above it. He feels the vibrations of it quivering, but instead of fear, there's a deep sense of curiosity, almost like a silent beckoning. And Gil stands a few feet away, watching intently. Let's put a note right there. Some of the character development, have you watched Seinfeld? Hi Ike, hi MM, Greg and Liana. Oscar, welcome. If you remember Kramer and Jerry, they have a close buddy relationship. There's a little bit of tension between them, but Kramer's always in the apartment. So Gil tends to like to invite himself over to Preston's apartment. And I suspect Preston's is cleaner than Gil's, and we haven't seen his yet. But we will. Let's keep going. We're back in the apartment in the living room, and it's evening now. And Preston is fully focused on the envelope, and he hesitates, his hand hovering just above it. He feels the vibrations of it quivering, but instead of fear, there's a deep sense of curiosity, almost like a silent beckoning. Gil stands a few feet away, watching intently. Preston says, "Well, what do you want, Gil?" And Preston's thoughts echo in his mind. The envelope seems to react to his internal question, the vibrations intensifying, almost as if it's trying to communicate with him. Gil watches the exchange, understanding only fragments of Preston's thoughts through the vibrations he feels in the room. Could it be that when this comes in the room, it changes the atmosphere? Gil says nervously, "Dude, if you're not going to explore it, maybe, I don't know, maybe we should get rid of it." And Preston shakes his head, and this curiosity outweighing his fear, and he reaches out again, and his fingers grazing the edge of the envelope and just peering inside a little bit. It doesn't just quiver, it hums. A low, almost inaudible sound that seems to reverberate through the room. Gil steps back, clearly unsettled, but too intrigued to leave. And Preston says, "Okay, you're right. I have to know. Let's see what it is." And with that, Preston pulls open the envelope, revealing the ancient parchment scroll inside. And as he pulls it out, the humming grows louder, filling the apartment with a melodic tone. Gil says, "Oh, what is that?" And Preston unrolls the parchment, and as he does, the symbols and the text start to appear on it, glowing with an eerie blue light. The text is an ancient language, one neither of them can understand, yet it feels oddly familiar, as if it's speaking directly to Preston. The parchment begins to emit a soft, pulsating light, casting the strange dancing shadows on the wall, and Preston's eyes widen as he realizes the text is not just appearing randomly, it's forming a map. Put a pin in it right there. This is a beautiful moment for Husky. I just saw you. Hold on, YouTube. We got to run up here to TikTok. Hi, Husky. How are you, my friend? We're in the middle of writing episode 2 of the envelope. Hi, Wayne. And we're just developing it here. I'm glad you're here, Husky. Oh, I didn't see you. I've been reading. I'm glad you're here. Now, Husky, we've got to take a moment and think about this. I had done a rough draft, and Dustin, you're right. In YouTube, Dustin's saying, it sounds like maybe a ghost from the past is trying to communicate with him. Yes, you're right. The envelope has a message. Where we need to pick up in the story is when we wrote Lila Monroe last month. Lila Monroe had an inheritance inside the envelope, and she only had 48 hours to receive it. She had to rush from Los Angeles to North Dakota. Here we have Preston, it's his turn. By time we get to the end of our 4 parts, all of them will have been connected through the envelope. But here it's different. Each person who receives it, it has a different message. Here the envelope is communicating through signs and symbols. And it could be because Preston is hearing impaired. So now when we start to see the lights, they're communicating, they're illuminating symbols. What do you think? How would you write what the envelope is communicating? Preston is about to, Huskies, I see you on YouTube. Hi, Husky and TikTok. Hi, Husky and YouTube. Now, I just want to put, like, if you have a sticky note like me right here, jot it down that we need to launch the 48-hour inheritance to Preston. I just want you to be thinking about that as we go. Okay. Joshua, you're asking a great question. I was just going to start writing again. TikTok, Joshua on YouTube is asking, where can he catch up? Thank you, Joshua. Speaking of write a note, when we started Lila Monroe, I was so good about posting the pages on YouTube. It's called the community page. Hi, Sunil. Welcome in. I will make sure this week, bing, bing, Ned Ryerson, Huskies, that I put the pages up. Thank you, Joshua. This is your sticky note. Post pages for episode 2 on YouTube community pages. And Joshua, forgive me, probably take me a day or 2 to do it. But if you just swing back by, or even if, I have planned to do it again next Sunday. So it's almost like giving myself grace to say I have till next Sunday to get it done. And I'm packing and getting ready for production in Nashville. So it's a good thing. Look, Joshua, there's your sticky note. Okay. Post-it note, Huskies. I call it a sticky note. Okay, let's get back to it. Keep in your thinking cap that Preston's hearing impaired. He needs to receive the 48-hour inheritance. Because here's a thought about our characters, you guys. You don't have to receive it. Isn't that the beauty of being able to make up your mind, make a decision that you don't have to take the inheritance. You can always refuse it. Sunil, we're not cooking today. We're cooking on Wednesday. Oh, and I'm doing a special cooking Monday, tomorrow. It's the Bethany Frankel, Bethany Frankel chicken salad debacle. I'm making it tomorrow. And right now we're just writing because we want to get our micro budgeted production direct to social ready to go probably end of October, which means I need to write faster. Here we go. Here, Gil Davis. Parchment begins to emit a soft pulsating light, casting a strange dancing shadows on the walls. You know what? Do you remember in the beginning of, oh, I just lost the thought. I love the musical with Hugh Jackson, and they use the antique zoetrope style, candle in the middle. What am I? Come on, 2 syllables. I loved that. I loved that lighting. And so I thought, oh, I want to honor that and do it again. Do it again. That's what I was thinking when I wrote this. Okay. Parchment begins to emit a soft pulsating light, casting strange dancing shadows on the walls, and Preston's eyes widen as he realizes the text is not just appearing randomly, it's forming a map. And Gil says, "What is it? What does it say?" Preston doesn't answer. Instead, he stares at the map. His mind is racing. He sees a location marked with an X, a place he's never been but feels drawn to. And the map pulses once more before the glowing fades, leaving behind the ancient symbols and a single word in English. Go. Hi, Hank. Husky, thanks for sharing the live. Here it is time to write in the inheritance. Da-dun-dun. And I also like the idea that's for merchandise. Episode 2. Hands up. Go. Preston says, "We need to go. Now." And Gil is nervous. Go where? What does it mean? Preston points to the X on the map, and his expression is determined, as if a force greater than himself is compelling him to follow the map's directions. Gil Davis, half joking, half serious. This better not be some wild goose chase. I mean, come on, man. But, I'm in. I can stream on the way. How many people stream live while doing something? I have streamed from the Las Vegas airport and promptly got banned. Whoops. I was thinking I would take you guys with me to the airport, but after I get through all the sections and there's a quiet area with no one-armed bandits, I'll bring you in there. Okay. Gil Davis says, "This is better not be some wild goose chase." Man, but I'm in. Preston nods, folding the parchment carefully and placing it back into the envelope. He grabs a backpack, quickly stuffing it with essentials. The air in the apartment feels charged with energy, as if something momentous is about to happen. Preston, we leave now. The two men share a tense, understanding glance before heading out the door. As they exit the apartment, the camera lingers on the envelope. Because, thank you, Husky, the envelope is a character too. While we're writing, it's good for us to consider, this is one of the main characters in our series. What does the envelope want? Why does the envelope want to deliver the inheritance? Who really is the envelope? Who's behind it? Where did the envelope come from and why? We have so much to share. The two men share a tense, understanding glance before heading out the door, and as they exit the apartment, camera lingers on the envelope, which now lies empty on the counter, still vibrating as if it's alive with the anticipation of what's to come next. I have written in a bit of drama there. Why would you leave the envelope behind? What are you why are you forgetting this? Stay tuned. It's apartment building, night. Preston and Gil step into the night, the city around them alive with the distant sounds of traffic and nightlife. But their focus is singular. They're on a mission now, guided by an ancient map and an inexplicable force. As they walk away, the camera slowly pans up to the night sky where a faint glowing symbol appears, the same symbol that was on the parchment. It pulsates once more, before disappearing into the darkness. You guys, that has you caught up. I think it's time to, before we actually say what the inheritance is, I think there's a little bit of drama here to write because they forgot the envelope. They need it. He has the parchment with him, the scroll, but it's like having peanut butter without jelly. They go together. So here we go. Now, they're in the night. I say, what say you? I say was, and I think, according to my notes right here, the X on the spot is where their old clubhouse was from when they were children. What do you think? What do you think? Where is my notepad? Here we go. Got it right here, guys. I left it kind of light so we could write it together. Pen, please. So what do we think about the X is on the spot of the old clubhouse? And this is why. And remember, we don't know what the 48 hours to inheritance is. I was writing the X on the spot for going back to their childhood clubhouse, because how many times have you as an adult, not you Huskies, not yet, how many times have you, it could be treasure, Dustin. I was thinking, I feel really passionate about now, today, do it now. If there's dreams and things, what was it you dreamed of as a child that you laid down because the responsibilities as an adult, you're like bills, responsibilities, jobs, commitments, obligations. I wanted them to go back to the clubhouse to see not what they're missing, but what they forgot and left behind. That's what I was thinking. And I'm open to hear what you're thinking too. And Dustin, it's the name of the show, Sherilyn. Isn't that easy? Always Dustin on YouTube is asking, what's your name? I'm like, it's Sherilyn. And I always wanted like some super fancy name, the Rainbow Sunflower Depot. Just, blah. When I rebranded the channel, I've done Makeup University for a century, Dustin. And I didn't want to give it up, but I knew that I don't do makeup as a professional artist anymore. So to keep my YouTube channel, I just changed it to my name instead of Sparkle Depot, which maybe I'll make that in a t-shirt. Husky's asking me, how many times have you shared? Husky, I'm going to guess 21. I don't know. It's wild. 21. Thank you, Huskies. Okay, well, let's write, shall we? Last thing we saw was we were cutting to the apartment building exterior. Joshua! Oh, yeah. See, Joshua, on YouTube, 50 times, Husky. Well, huzzah, my friend. Clink, from my water to yours. Thank you very much, Husky. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a great long weekend. Oh, thank you, Dustin. And Joshua, that's a beautiful take on it. So the idea is if you're grown-ups and you're living your life and everybody's online and the map and the envelope are calling them back to a time where they were free and creative and fun and moving their bodies, and I think it's too easy to get right here and just bury into work, responsibility, obligations, commitments, chores. Oh my gosh, spent all morning getting all those chores done. Good job, Husky. Skeeter, come on in. Let's write this. The last thing we see them do is, we just saw, and the other reason why we see the sign in the sky is because I was thinking of like the, oh, Huskies, They hacked me good over on the face. Hacked me good, pal. I'll deal with that tomorrow. The reason why the light in the sky is I was thinking Bethlehem Star, that it is drawing them to where they need to be. They need to follow it. Which also, I felt like having that symbol in the sky is a way of saying, tune you to true north. It's like asking you the question, when's the last time you listened to your true north in yourself? Okay. These are good. I should jot those down before I forget. It's on a sticky note somewhere. To Clubhouse, Bethlehem Star. Here we go. Dustin, thank you for asking. I don't do any theatrical play, just television and film and novel and graphic novel. Okay, I think I just do about everything but the theater. But I like to go to the theater, and I didn't go to the Shakespeare Festival this year. I missed it. Does anybody go to Cedar City Shakespeare Festival? If you haven't been, I know New York does a big Shakespeare in the Park production. I've not seen it. After film school, I left New York and I haven't been back. So, hey, I've been chatting. Let's write. Once before disappearing into the darkness. Let's go back to exterior. Here's why I like Studio Binder as well, is because anytime there's a toggle bar at the top that I want to do, there's scene settings, dialogues, parentheses, characters, exterior. Apartment, building, parking lot. That's pretty generic. Thank you, Dustin. Night. Now, Deb Talk isn't on here, though when Deb Talk and I started on Lila Monroe, the story naturally went to doing night scenes, night shoots. Raise your hand if you do not want to do a night shoot. I don't. But I felt like there's a reason we go into the night, because we will come out in the light the following day. Have you ever heard the phrase, get some sleep, everything will look better in the morning? Huskies, you're wonderful. Thank you for the shares. So, let me jot that note. Okay. Oh, look at me. I did a nap. Excuse me. Pardon me. All right. Labor Day. Whoop. Here we go. Exterior apartment building parking lot night. We need to take Gil and Preston from Dustin. On the TikTok, I have an NPC character. If you're seeing the interviewer on my channel, hi. It's because the interviewer is my second cousin twice removed, and she has been leading a cryptozoology expedition for finding chupacabras. She has gray hair. Okay, here we go. When I scroll up, all I see is Husky's share. Husky, hi Stargazing Lily. Husky, you're just awesome. Okay. I just did the same thing, Husky. I scrolled and I can see. And you know what, Husky? The hackers must have been... Did anybody else get hacked this weekend? Oh, they got me good yesterday. It's just such a bummer. I always feel like use your talents for something else. Sip of water. Let's write. And I saw the time. Let's get this going. Apartment building parking lot night. Let's go to some direction. Preston tightens the backpack over his shoulders and connects call this strap? You know how you put the strap on so that your backpack fits snugly? Preston tightens the backpack over his shoulders and connects the waist and chest straps. Gil says, whoa, you're really, yes, Huskies, you're really serious about this. And Preston says, yes, I know where the X is. Gil, do you mind letting me in on the secret? And Preston says, it's no secret. We've been there before. Gil says, yeah, I've been a lot of places. And Preston answers, what? Like you ever leave your apartment? And Gil fires back, like you ever leave your apartment? Sarcastically, put it in, sarcastically, like you ever leave your apartment. Direction. Preston motions for the two to embark. Hi, Miracle. How are you? Husky, did you share that to Deb? Hi, Miracle. Thank you so much. Hi. YouTube, hello, Medi. Is it Medi or Medi? Medi. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, happy Sunday to you, Miracle. We are fleshing out episode 2. And thank you for the likes. And Husky, thank you for the shares. And YouTube, what you don't see is up here on this phone. Husky has shared it. And for a moment, Miracle's like, did you share it 100 times to one friend? No, he did it to other friends. So anywho, I got chatting again. I want to write. Preston motions, like, can you imagine he puts his backpack on and he cinches it up tight. And then he's like, move out. Like, whatever that hand signal is. Preston motions for the two of them to head out to the dark. What's another word for dark? All right, chat. What's another word for dark? Synonym for dark. The first thing I came up was synonym for anvil. Pitch black. That'll do. Or inky. Hello. Hi, Crystal. Okay, let's go here. Inky. I like that. Preston motions for the two of them head out to the inky pitch black trail winding through the forest before them. So producer Mind wants to give the slapping the Moira from Sunset Bay, Schitt's Creek. Stop writing locations that are expensive and difficult. And writer brain just laughs. Preston motions for the two of them to head out to the inky pitch black trail winding through the forest before them. That technically is a camera cut and a scene cut, because we go from seeing the two of them getting ready, and then we need to cut camera and see the point of view. We see ahead of us this forest. Bye, Husky honey. Have a good night. Okay, forest before them, because back in the forest is the clubhouse, and they haven't been there in a long time. Did you know, if you didn't read Matthew McConaughey's book Greenlight, he tells the story as a young boy that he went out into the forest. He lived in the Piney Woods area, and he went out and built a, like, stole the supplies, and then went into the piney woods forest and built a huge treehouse. Okay. Scene. We're going to switch to exterior forest trail. Pretty generic. Action. Oh yeah, hold on. Touched the wrong button. Hold on, guys. Okay. Follow their footsteps. Can you see that? Hi, Miracle. Thank you for joining the team. That's wonderful. High five, friend. High five. Okay. Preston motions for the two of them to head out to the inky pitch black trail winding through the forest before them. POV. Gil's dirty sneakers with the broken but tied, not tied, K-N-O-T, not tied laces are moving slowly behind Preston's tidy and polished sneakers. The scroll is in the backpack, but the envelope is not. The scroll, and this has to be capitalized, the scroll vibrates in the backpack. In Preston, no, in the backpack. I can all of a sudden hear in my head, who sings "I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map"? That was Dora. Hi, Rosemary. Welcome. Come on in. Thank you for the hearts. Hi, YouTube. Okay, we're going. Scroll vibrates in the backpack. Preston and Gil pause. Gil says, "Dude, did you hear that?" It's kind of tongue-in-cheek, given that he's... Yes, you're right, Miracle. It was Dora. Okay, did you hear that? And Preston signs, duh. Okay. The two keep advancing slowly forward in the dark towards the X on the map. The scroll vibrates stronger in the backpack. Gil says, "I think something's wrong." And Preston, what could possibly be wrong about running in the forest in the... I want another cinnamon. I'm surprised how many times we said dark. We'll say shadow. We'll say shadow. What could possibly be wrong about running in the forest, in the shadows of the forest? Of the forest in the middle of the night. How would you say that? Would you say that, if that was your line and you were the actor, would you say it tongue-in-cheek? Would you say it nervously? Would you say it fearfully? Preston's like, what could possibly be wrong about running in the shadows of the forest in the middle of the night? That's too many words, isn't it? If you were the actor, that's too many words. Moving on, I think my greatest challenge, let me know in the comments. Hi, Husky. Personally, my biggest challenge is to just write and not edit while I'm writing. So we're going to leave it because we will have an edit session. Sarcastic. It is kind of better, isn't it, Miracle, if he's sarcastic and saying, what could possibly be wrong about running through it? Running through the shadows. Yeah, why scary? Why, Husky? Why is it scary? Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. What could possibly go wrong? A bright blue beam emits from the backpack. Remember back in the apartment we saw the blue light? Oh goodness, I have a, hold on oh sorry, armpit, sorry YouTube. Blah, 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 blah. Forgive me. I had to zip over. Are you guys there? Hi. I'm expecting a message from my son. He's traveling. So I saw it on the phone. I'm like, ooh, is that him? Because I would go immediately. But it's not. It's spam. That stinks. Okay, here we go. Bright blue beam emits from the backpack. Now here's the thing about the beam. We want to see it in the backpack where it's kind of like whom, whum, whum in the backpack, or we just want to have like a really sharp, like the top of the Luxor beam coming from the top of the bag. Hi, Darren. Fancy meeting you here. Darren and Miracle in the Live. We're writing our episode. Want to keep that budget tight. Keep that budget tight. Writer brain's like, no, special effects. I think we should see it pulsate, because it's already vibrated. They need to go back and get the envelope. They forgot it back in the apartment. Here we go. We'll make it a quick change to go back and forth. Wolfpack. Okay. A bright blue beam emits from the backpack. And Gil says, no, really. Look. Look. Your backpack is blinking. Gil says, no, really. Look, your backpack is blinking. Preston. Just let him make a face. The 100 record. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Preston reacts. It's facial reaction. Preston smirking. And then he signs. Gil, I'm not falling for that. You're just trying to get us to go back to the apartment because you want a snack and game again. And Gil says, oh, whoops, sorry, pardon me. Gil says, no, that's not it. Look. Gil grabs the backpack, spinning Preston around in a circle, and pulls it off and holds, hold on, let me write, holds, blah, 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 holds it up to Preston's face to show him the blinking. So imagine it looks like this. Oh, I gotta fix this typo. Preston is saying, Gil, I'm not falling for that. You're just trying to get us to go back to the apartment because you want to snack and game again. And Gil's like, no, that's not it. Look, and see him, like if he had his back. Do I have that back? No, not right by here. So see him, Gil is grabbing Preston, and as he turns him around, Wonder Woman style, he turning him around and he pulls the backpack off and goes, see? Look, because it's blinking, because it wants to get back, because it needs the envelope, because we need each other, like peanut butter and jelly, like peanut butter and brownies, like peanut butter ice cream with chocolate sauce. The two of them stop in their tracks and look. No, not look. What's a synonym for look? Synonym for look. Gaze, glance, stare, peer. Ooh, that could be a good one. Peer, focus. Why don't we go with focus? Hi, glanced. I want a peanut butter brownie, Husky. You go cook. Glance. Two of them stop in their tracks and focus on the glowing backpack. Preston says, let's check it. Gil, you check it. I'll stand watch. Preston says, stand watch. There's nobody out here. Gil says, here goes a Chupa reference, one screen to another. You don't know that. There could be a chupacabra. I have to, you guys. I have to. You don't know that. Gil's saying that. You don't know that. There could be a chupacabra around any tree or bush around here. Preston rolls his eyes. Rolls his eyes as he opens the backpack and a blinding shaft of light emits straight up and then bends towards the apartment. I want to eat some cheesecake. Whoever's making cheesecake on TikTok, I like cheesecake too. Hi, Goldfish. It says, what? Goldfish, you just got here. We've been live writing for an hour and we have just a little bit of time left. Can I read this back to you? I like this part. It's on the forest trail. The two guys are walking, and Gil's dirty sneakers with the broken but not tied laces are moving slowly behind Preston's tidy and polished sneakers. The scroll vibrates in the backpack. Close up. Preston and Gil pause, and Gil says, "Dude, did you hear that?" And Preston signs, "Duh." And the two keep advancing slowly forward in the dark towards the X on the map. And the scroll vibrates stronger in the backpack. And Gil says, I think something's wrong. Oh, mercy, mercy, mercy. Forgive me a moment, YouTube. TikTok needs a doodle. Are you there? Hi, Huskies. Get down here on the YouTubes. Okay, I did it. They have to do the puzzle on TikTok. I don't know why, but you do. So here we go. And Gil says, dude, did you hear that? And Preston signs, duh. The two keep advancing slowly forward in the dark towards the X on the map. The scroll vibrates stronger in the backpack. And Gil says, I think something's wrong. And Preston, what could possibly be wrong about running in the shadows of the forest in the middle of the night? And Gil, no, really. Look, your backpack, it's blinking. Preston smirking. Gil, I'm not falling for that. You're just trying to get us to go back to the apartment because you want a snack and game again. And Gil is shouting, no, that's not it. Look. Gil grabs the backpack, spinning Preston around in a circle and pulls it off and holds it up to Preston's face to show him the blinking. And the two of them stop there in their tracks and focus on the glowing backpack. Preston says, let's check it. And Gil says, you check it. I'll stand watch. Preston's like, stand watch? There's nobody out here. And Gil says, you don't know that. There could be a chupacabra around any tree or bush here. Preston rolls his eyes, and as he opens the backpack, and a blinding shaft of light emits straight up and then bends towards the apartment. What do you think? We've got quite a bit done here. We've moved them from the apartment into the forest here We need to decide, do they go back to the apartment to get the envelope? Or do they press on? Have you ever had to continue and pursue a goal and not have every tool that you need, but you just had to wing it, baling wire, and duct tape it? Do you think the guys, Huskies, Husky says, hi Joshua, hi Christina, press on and get in a pickle because they needed it. Oh, this is a life situation here, my friends. How many times do we, this is like saying, before you leave the house, make sure you have your keys and, everything you need. Prep the night before. It's happening so fast. What is the consequences of not being fully prepared? Does it affect their inheritance if they don't have the envelope that the scroll goes in? It is a bit, Wayne. It is a bit. I'd like to see them win by the end. As an American, I always like a Hollywood ending that everything works out fine. So, we're at a crossroads here. Do we send them back? Or do they decide to press on? There's an interesting point that could happen here. And because the scroll is in the envelope, but the envelope went from Lila to Preston, what happens to the third? Remember, we got 2 more parts to write. What happens to the third story if the scroll isn't in the envelope? It feels a little Jumanji. That Jumanji, it came in the box, you opened it up, all of the pieces had to go back in the box. We're really at a crossroads here. That is something to think about. I'm going to make a quick note, not a sticky note, that episode 3, I want to think this through. What happens if no envelope? Oh, you know what we could do? I don't know if this is good for drama. Does Mailman Bob find the envelope like when they were leaving? Think of it this way. Let's take your mind back to the apartment. They had opened the envelope. They took the scroll out. When he put the envelope down, gust of wind. Remember, we're writing. It could be anything. Gust of wind blows it back across the floor, and just the corner is sticking out from the door. And then, does Mailman Bob know Gil and think the Sandlot? Does Mailman Bob know Gil and Preston? But you grow up like high school. Husky, this may or may not happen. You have all these friends in elementary school, you go on to high school, maybe you're not in the same friend group or clique or whatever anymore. You graduate, you go on to college, it's not the same. Life changes, everybody drifts apart. But I'm curious, does Gil, Preston, and Bob know each other from childhood? They've done all these different things in their lives, and does Mailman Bob find the envelope and sense to go back to the old clubhouse? That's pretty loose. That's pretty loose. Let me make a note. What happens if no envelope? I really don't think the story can go forward if the scroll and the envelope are not together. Do you chat? Hello, TikTok. Hello, YouTube. Let me know in the chat. Do you want these three characters to know each other from childhood, have drifted away in adulthood, and are now being united by the envelope? What do you think? Yeah, Husky. I think that's you guys on YouTube, Husky is agreeing that they should know each other and find each other years later. Have you personally ever had a friend from back in the day and then you don't see or hear from them? What, you know what's a funny thing about that? Facebook, social media, and you, Miracle, too, like the returning friend. I do too. This is the beauty of writing. I would just spend my day writing and creating stories. Oh, interesting, Huskies. You've made them much older. Interesting. Okay. Let's get back to writing, because I think I like that too. Instead of, oh, here it is. Producer Brain is like, oh, yes, you do, Miracle. Yes, you do. Miracle says, YouTube, in TikTok, she's saying in the chat, you find out who your friends are in times of need. How about this? Here we go. Let's just get it out on the paper, because remember in the beginning, Mailman Bob really wanted to go bowling. He's going to go meet this new crew of it's new to him in his older age, because the last thing we wrote was Preston rolls his eyes as he opens the backpack, and a blinding shaft of light emits straight up and then bends towards the apartment because it's giving a direction. The two friends watch the light beam bend through the night sky. Let us go back to the parking lot. Exterior. So we've left those two in the forest. We're going to go exterior, apartment, building, parking lot. Mailman Bob in his league bowling shirt. And you're like, shopping the show. Mailman Bob in his league bowling shirt is pulling into the parking lot when a bright blue beam, not beams him in the eye, bright blue beam covers his car. Mailman Bob says, oh no, aliens. Let's just have him shout aliens. Aliens! Not today. Just bowled my bet. What's the top score in bowling? Aliens. Shouting. Blubbering. I need to look up real quick. What, can you tell me in the chat, what is a top score in bowling? Aliens. Shouting to blubbering. Like if you really bowled well. Thank you. A 300. I do like to bowl. Haven't done it in a long time. Okay. I just bowled a 300. You can't take me now. Is he upset to go, or does he want to go? Oh, this is interesting. We want to be like, aliens. Well, you can take me now, but I just bowled 300. My life's complete. Or, or is it aliens? Oh, don't take me now. I just scored a 300. I'm going to go on to the Nationals. Which is it? Which is it? The second? Instead of being, I hear you, Miracle, instead of being resolute that, well, I've achieved a 300, you can take me now. We want him to want to stay and fight because he could go to the Nationals with this kind of score. Okay. I just bowled a 300. I'm on the Nationals team. I made the Nationals team. Made the Nationals team. You can't take me now. The blue beam fades and curls back. Do you guys remember? I think it was called The Abyss. Oh, did you ever see? Hi, YouTubes. Did you guys see the movie The Abyss? It was a breakthrough in special effects when the water comes through the ship horizontally and it turns back and it's talking to her, Mary Marie Masde Antonio, and she touched the water. That's what I'm thinking. And that the blue beam, it could be like smoke, maybe. Oh, beam. I want it to come to Bob and stop him and then bring him back to the forest. So here we go. And we'll write this. The blue beam fades and curls back. Oh, the blue beam of the scroll, that should be in capitals because it's part of the envelope. The blue beam of the scroll rests on Bob's face, highlighting his blue eyes. Like he's one with it. You're one with the beam. It's a moment. Let that feel and be like a moment. Hi, Moxie. You guys, I was writing. I didn't know there was a share battle going on. Husky and Miracle. Oh my goodness. YouTube up here on the TikToks, they're having a share battle. Well, all right then. That sounds fun. Thank you for sharing. Miracle. Sometimes you got it. Yeah. You got to call pro. Blue beam of the scroll rests on Mailman Bob's face, highlighting his blue eyes. Getting out of the car, and that's where I was just cringing at the budget. Hi, John. I was cringing at the budget because now I'm like, oh, I gotta pay for a car, rent a car, pay for a car. Getting out of the car. I will go back and add the direction. Getting out of the car, Bob drags his bowling ball bag. Boy, say that 3 times fast. Bob drags his bowling ball bag behind him with keys fumbling on the lock of his door when out of the corner of his eye he sees the blue light of the scroll direct him to the corner of the envelope, capitals, poking a corner out from under the Preston's apartment door. Okay, here we go. Three Musketeers it is. I love how this has developed. Oh my goodness, you guys, this is beautiful. We are going to bring these three musketeers. Oh, what a beautiful flashback scene. Write it down, make a note. Hold on, let me write this down. Oh, what a beautiful flashback scene. Here it comes. Mailman Bob and Preston and Gil. Here we go. Flashback scene. Summer. Should it be? Yes. For a moment there, I was like, oh, it should be winter because they could be having a snowball fight. No! We're not paying for snow. No! Summer or spring. Flashback scene. School has let out for the summer and three young wily boys run from the school building out into their apartments are the old school building. This is getting good. The flashback scene is school is let out for the summer and three young wily boys run from the school building out into the woods, out into the woods behind the school. Three pairs of running sneakers and drooping socks. Isn't that funny? That tells us who's the slob. You already know when you see those droopy socks and those dirty sneakers running in the summertime, you already know it's Gil. Three pairs of running sneakers and a drooping pair of socks are dashing down the dirt trail and into a small clearing where oh yeah, I remember the Odd Couple, where not a teepee, a hut, a tree house, clubhouse. Can we agree to clubhouse? Clubhouse, everybody? Into a small clearing where not a ramshackle, where a clubhouse, where a kid built clubhouse waits. Oh my goodness, you guys. May I read it back to you? May I? Mailman, we're on scene 7. Mailman Bob in the league bowling shirt is pulling into the parking lot when a bright blue, excuse me. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Scene 7, apartment building parking lot. Mailman Bob in his league bowling shirt is pulling into the parking lot when a bright blue beam covers his car, washing his face. Let me type that in. So dramatic, so close encounters. Washing his face in a pale blue glow. Mailman Bob says, aliens! I just bowled a 300, made the nationals teams, you can't take me now. And the blue beam of the scroll rests on Mailman Bob's face, highlighting his blue eyes. Getting out of the car, Bob drags his bowling ball bag behind him, with keys fumbling on the lock of his door. Out of the corner of his eye, he sees the blue light of the scroll direct him to the corner of the envelope just poking from beneath Preston's apartment door. Flashback. School is let out for the summer and three young wily boys run from the school building out into the woods behind the school. Three pairs of running sneakers and one has drooping pair of socks are dashing down the dirt trail and into a clearing where a kid-built clubhouse waits. Let's describe the clubhouse so we know what we're looking at. What would your clubhouse look like? Okay, what do you think? Wayne, it feels Sandlot. Oh my gosh, you're killing me, Smalls. I love, 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 love that film. And the other thing, Wayne, is that for a moment there I thought, oh, wait, there's like a clubhouse or something in Stranger Things, isn't there? Okay, well, it's not Stranger Things. I love The Sandlot. If you guys haven't watched The Sandlot, watch it tonight. You will not be disappointed. Okay, here we go. Weathered wood structure, mismatched planks. Okay, where a kid built clubhouse waits. Scene. Oh, miracle. YouTube is talking about it too. Wayne, it's okay. It's okay. So I just want to encourage anybody who is writing their story too. If you're writing your own story, my personal opinion and experience, if there's something you love that's in your memory and you want to write part of that too, you're not don't copy it, but put your take on it. Goonies too. Goonies didn't have a clubhouse, did they? They just met at the one friend's house. Truffle shuffle. Here we go. Exterior. We'll do one more. Let's just get the scene down. Exterior forest clubhouse day. We are still in our flashback right now. Forest clubhouse day. Okay, the boys. Producer brain is screaming. Do you realize we have gone from 3 actors to 3 more, and there need to be children, like 10-year-old boys? What are you doing to the budget? You can only work a child actor 8 hours a day. What are we doing to the budget? So, okay. Be quiet, producer brain. Let's let our writing brain just make our clubhouse. Let's get our clubhouse completed. The boys run up to the mismatched painted weather. How would we say that? I want it to look like faded wood. How would we describe that? Painted wood. Blah, 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 blah. The boys run up to the mismatched weather painted. Does that make sense? If I say weather painted, that doesn't make sense, does it? Mismatched. I am going to say it because I know what it means. Weathered, painted boards and salvaged panels assembled to make a small room to gather in. The floor is dirt. The dirt floor is covered with blankets and comic book pages line the inside of the walls. Are you beginning to see it in your eyes? Can you see it? We have gone up to, excuse me, we're running up, we're young boys, and school is out for the summer. Oh, can you imagine how good this feels? And you're running through the forest, and you come up to your sacred, safe, personal play, and you get there, and it's just a little room, budget, and it is mismatched boards, and they're kind of old and washed and just salvaged pieces of panels or corrugated metal, maybe some of it's cardboard, and inside The walls are covered with some comic book pages, and on the floor we have just like some mismatched blankets, and there are the makeshift table of cardboard box atop 2 plastic milk crates. Oh wow, I want to go to it. Play place. The makeshift table of cardboard box atop 2 plastic milk crates. I don't know, guys. I like it. I am so pleasantly surprised. Who knew when we started writing that we would get to the point that we have actually made the 3 are friends. We're seeing them as the 2 youths, 2 youths. We're seeing these 3 young boys. And next we get to write how this is all going to come together with the inheritance. And I'm wondering, with Lila Monroe, the inheritance, it was never money. The inheritance was actually her leaving her cubicle into freedom of North Dakota. Open land, wide open space. Here, we are seeing these grown men go back to a time of freedom when I think I want to see them have a scene in there. I'm thinking they have hidden a 2-liter bottle of pop and maybe a box of ding dongs. Is that a thing? Husky, do kids do that now? Do you eat ding dongs? Are ding dongs even a thing? What would be the young boys' snack? It is not a pack of pork rinds, that's for sure. We need the snack. I'm going to say it's a 2-liter bottle of pop Twinkies. Oh my gosh, girl, Miracle, I don't think they make Twinkies anymore. Do they? I saw them for sale on eBay. We could go through nuclear war and there will be cockroaches and Twinkies. Okay, Twinkies, ding dongs. YouTube, let me know in the chat, what is did it Bimbo, the Mexican bread making company, Bimbo, pick up Twinkies? Husky, I see you sharing. Thank you so much. Okay. Boys run up to the mismatched weather painted boards and salvaged panels assembled to make a small room to gather in. The dirt floor is covered with blankets and comic book pages lining the inside of the walls. The makeshift table of cardboard box atop 2 plastic milk crates. Young Gil, 400. Thank you, Husky. Young Gil. Finally, we made it. Young Bob. He's not a mailman yet. Young Bob. Oh, yeah, hold on. Young Bob. Yes! No more school. Let's celebrate. Time to celebrate. Okay. Thank you, Miracle. You guys are having your share fest. Who won? YouTube's. I say we wrap it up with this. Yes, you are, Husky. You are both winners. And here's how we wrap it up. Young Gil says, finally, we made it. And Young Bob, yeah, no more school. Time to celebrate. Gil, bust out with the pop. Poppin' Twinkies. Hold on. Dunamis, welcome. Because it's Shop the Show. Where to buy Twinkies. Good idea, Miracle. Ooh, Target. Ralph's. Amazon. Let me do one quick check. Amazon. Twinkies. Oh, by the way, over here on Amazon. Oh, I said it on the other platform. YouTube doesn't have a problem with it, but this other one does. You never say the name. Voldemort. No, just kidding. You never say anything else on this platform up here. Not you guys. Blah, blah. Oh my gosh, you guys. Miracle, you're right. Or Doritos. So here's the thing. Yes, Patrick, cobbled together in a way that each piece looked like it was supporting the other. Just how kids would do it, right? Gosh, you know what my mind just went to? So writer mind is getting tired. Producer mind is, oh my gosh, boo-boo. How fun would it be upon release to have pop-up clubhouse, and you could come to the clubhouse and sit down for a stream and watch the episode, and then we will have Twinkies and pop merch. When I was at Ipsy OS and we did BeautyCon, my favorite thing about it is, and this was so long ago, you guys, there was not live streaming like there is now. I would love it if you went to a pop-up shop and it was the clubhouse where the young boys meet. That way we're welcoming the whole family to come. It's not just quasi adults. Whole family come to a pop-up shop, visit, explore it, and then you can say for a stream, and then there will be, the ring light stand that you could do a live stream from. Wouldn't that be fun? Hi, Grumpy. Okay, here we go. Oh, Husky. We're going to wrap out this scene with, I kind of like the idea of Twinkies. Hi, Hanandu. Okay. Young Bob says, yes! No more school. Time to celebrate. Gil, bust out with the pop and Twinkies. Do you guys say pop or soda? Pop or soda or cold drinks? My family in Texas will say cold drink, but what you're really going to get is a Dr. Pepper or sweet tea. You want cold drink? It'll be Dr. Pepper or sweet tea. And Husky, I say pop too. The North Dakota family says pop. You want pop? And okay, you say Cokes. You want Coke? But then it could be any flavor. It's just everything's a Coke. You too, Miracle. Wayne, up here on TikTok, Miracle saying that everything's a Coke no matter what it is. Okay, young Bob is going to say, because you know what? We've never quite defined where this is located, where the boys are. Production-wise, Producer Brain wants to talk. Production-wise, it'll probably be Nevada or Arizona, just because of where I'm based. I see, Wayne, you said Texas. I do have a very small wee window to... Peaches, how are you, honey? Happy Labor Day. Wayne on YouTube, I'm in good contact with their film commission there. I just don't have as many on-hand resources. My other possibility is I could shoot Nashville, but it's so on the other side of the country. Getting to Texas is the other side. You guys don't have... Okay. We're doing good, Peaches. We were just wrapping this final part of the scene. We're in the clubhouse, and Producer Brain was like, pop-up shop clubhouse. So if we thought about pop-up shop, actually, you know what the pop-up should look like, you guys? As you can tell, writer brain is tired. The pop-up shop should look like this. And then on one side is the clubhouse. I would want to see that. For Lila, you're like, how are you going to make a field in the middle of nowhere? I don't know that Lila's, it should be her studio, her apartment with the portal door. And then we haven't written 3 and 4 yet. And then you could visit all of these different. And then over here is like where we stream the show. And then on each side here, we have streaming stands. That would be fun. I love that. Fan-based pop-up shop. And then have the actors come. Okay. I want to go there. I want to go there and visit that. Oh, well, let's get the boys. Let's tuck our boys in here. Young Gil has said, finally, we made it. He's, school. And then young Bob, no more school. He's like, Gil, bust out with the pop and Twinkies. Oh my gosh. Here is where we learn the anguish for Preston to be hearing impaired with all the hearing kids. How many people do you know in your life right now are proficient in sign language? Other than like this, that one. I mean, oh, this is, I just felt sad for a moment because young Gil and Bob, these two rowdy boys, are just like, yeah, we're out of school, get the pop, get the Twinkies. But unless Preston is facing them and can see their lips, he doesn't know what's going on. Can you see and feel? I know, Miracle, I got sad too. Oh, made me tear up because I hurt for Preston. That, and this is why he's so, I know one in Tucson. Oh, I just feel for Preston because he's with them, but he's not because he can't communicate. Or it's slower. It's slower than Buddy's like blah, 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 blah. And he has to turn and see so he can read the lips and then talk back with his hands. Oh, there's our close right there. Let's go to action. Last sip. Water's gone. Writing brain's tired. We're doing an action as Gil and... Nope, that's not my son. Bill got paid. Well, amen. Okay, as Gil and Bob are tossing the Twinkie box to one another and grabbing the yellow cakes. Gil. Hi, Rob. Gil taps Preston on the elbow and motions the box of Twinkies to him. Can you see that? Can you see that? They're rowdy, rowdy, rowdy. And then Preston's can't hear what's going on. And we see Gil. Do you want a Twinkie? It is sad, Peaches. It is. But we don't know how we know he grows up and, he's got his art business. But at the same time, we want to have this scene and this emotion of what it is to include. Yeah. Yes, you're right, Peaches. So motions of Gil taps Preston on the elbow and motions the box of Twinkies to him. Preston turns, smiles, and grabs a cake. And takes a sweet treat. They are friends. Been together a long time, but they've grown apart, even though they live close to each other. You guys, how fun is writing? Oh my, we didn't even know this. When we started this, we didn't know we were going to end up in a clubhouse as three young boys just got out of school. I love writing. Blah. And we've done a lot today. We have done a lot. I say we wrap it there. My writer brain is tired, you guys. Okay. YouTubes, thank you for being here. I'm gonna save. A Studio Binder does autosave, but I like to go over here and click the save icon just in case. Producer brain's a little like, you just hired 3 children? What? Budget. We're supposed to be micro budget. We will end in the clubhouse. So I'll be right back with you, TikTok. YouTubes, thank you so much for joining me today. It is new for me to bring you in live and to not do just a slap up of the replay. And I thought, I just want to bring you in. There is a post for the next live schedule, and actually tomorrow's Labor Day. We're going to be live on YouTube as well. We are doing it's on TikTok. Bethany Frankel has been doing all of these videos, and she is always eating, but there's been drama in the Hamptons about the chicken salad. And so I am going to make Bethany Frankel's drama chicken salad tomorrow. Noonish, we do the workout, and then we'll go into cooking. So please come back and join me then. Thank you, YouTube. And I promise I'm going to check the sales now. There have not been, look, can you say hi to, hi? There have not been very good sales. Have you noticed that? Like Labor Day sales. There have not been good Labor Day sales, so I haven't ordered anything. I will see tomorrow. I need to get another tabletop tripod so that YouTube, you're not down there. Thank you, everybody. Wayne and Anandu and Husky Puppies on the YouTube. You're over here too. And Mehdi and Said Chic and Alina, James, Crystal, Dustin. Thank you so much for joining me for live writing. We'll be back live tomorrow, but live writing is next Sunday. Bye, you guys. I'll see you in the next one.